Hey guys, if you're looking to climb the ranks, stay tuned to the end of this video to find out how. Okay guys, here are the runes I take. I don't go the Conqueror build. I think the Conqueror build is more for a higher elo, but the Phase Rush build usually helps you out more in the mid lane. Okay, so I take Phase Rush, Mana Flow Band for the extra mana. You can either go from Transcendence or Absolute Focus, but Transcendence is probably the best one for you. Gathering Storm for that late game scaling, and both Healing Runes and the Domination Tree. Some people like to go double Adaptive Force. I don't. I like to take CDR. Helps me scale better in the mid lane. Like I'm gonna do damage, so I really don't need the extra Adaptive Force. But the CDR, Adaptive Force, and depending on the matchup, Magic Resist or Armor. Okay guys, here's a rundown of her abilities. Her passive is very easy. Basically, she cannot buy boots, but she gains movement speed per level. So you guys want to make sure you really stack up on your XP, because she is one pure of a late game champion. So when she reaches level 18, she has 72 movement speed. She gains 4 movement speed per level. Remember that, because that's really important to know when you play her. Okay, so her Q basically poisons the enemy, and it empowers your E. So when you do your E damage, she is only doing a little bit, and then when you E, it basically does double or triple the damage. Okay, now her W also empowers your E, but it also slows down your enemy, and it also applies a poison. So or W is very important, especially when you're getting ganked. So you're getting ganked topside, you can just throw that down and they can't chase you. If you want to make sure the mid laner can't get away, your E behind them, make them fight you. And next up is her E. Her E is basically mainly for doing damage and for farming. I know that kind of sounds a little dumb of me to say that, but like, of course, what I said earlier, her Empower E is basically where all her damage comes from. And farming, basically, when you farm a minion, if you really want to secure that CS, you auto attack, land your E at the same time. And whenever you kill a minion with her E, just like Annie's Q, it restores that amount of mana back. So if I kill a minion with my E and it costs me 50, I'm gonna get 50 mana back. So it's gonna like I just use my E for free. Now this is very good for clearing waves. Next up is her ult. Her ult is basically one of the most broken, I would probably say top 10 broken team fighting ults in this game, next to like Malphite and all that. It does AoE damage, scales off of AP. If your opponent looks at you, it stuns them. You can stun multiple people at a time. If they're running away, and you ult, it slows them. So, but you can still catch up to them. WQ, and you can chase them down the lane. And don't forget, guys, when you Q someone, you gain movement speed. That's very important. I forgot to mention that earlier. Okay guys, here is the Cassiopeia itemization guide. So you spend the first 6 levels farming. I know you guys probably watch some challenger gameplay. People like playing super aggressive in the early game, but guys, none of us are challenger, and this will not help you if you play super aggressive early. Pre-6, you're very vulnerable, so you spend most of your time farming. You're able to get hit every single CS in pre-6. But let's talk about the items. When you have enough mana, you wanna get tier. So if you want, sometimes some people start Sapphire Crystal with the refillable just to make tier a whole lot easier. I don't. I like to get I like to start Doran's Ring and a health potion, and then when I have enough, I'll get tier. Sometimes I like to wait a little bit, especially if my laner is just letting me farm. I'll get tier, grab a sapphire crystal, and maybe even an amplifying tone, and then I'll TP back in the lane just so I can start playing aggressive with the extra mana I have. Cassiopeia really can't do much without mana, guys, so remember that. So you get tier, you build that into Archangel Staff. Next item, I would take Leandre's just for the damage and the burn. I take Phase Rush, so I really don't get Rally's Crystal. If you go Conqueror, depending on the situation, you might want to take Rally's next after Archangels, or you want to take Leandre's, depending on the situation and your opinion. But here I'm not going to take Rally's because I take Phase Rush. Zhonya's is pretty good next, and then if you want to do damage, if they're not building any magic resist, go straight into Rabadon's Death Cap. They start building magic resist, then Void Staff, then you want to sell this, and then if they have a lot of healing, go Morellonomicon. If not, if they are a pretty good AP team, Banshees. Now if they're AP, you really probably won't want Zhonya's, so Morellonomicon just for the magic pen. So yeah, that's basically the whole itemization for Cassiopeia. There's nothing else really you can go on her except for if you really start being real aggressive and getting a lot of kills, go build into Mejai's, and you're basically going to be able to carry throughout the mid game if you're fed and have Magi stacks. So